Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing an oil change on the engine on the 2018 Trackhawk. So we got the drain plug right over here. I already loosened it. We're gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. Not too bad. We're just gonna let it drain, and then we're gonna get to the filter up in there. I'll get a better view of it after this. You'll need a 13mm socket, extension, and a wrench for better grip to get the oil pan plug out. So I got the oil filter unscrewed. It's right up in there. So this is the old oil filter. You want to make sure this seal is on here and it's not stuck up on the oil pump. This is the new filter. With a Mopar, we're gonna take some oil. It doesn't really matter which one you do, but we're gonna lube up this ring just so that it goes on there nice and slick. All right, so we got the plug in all nice and snug, as well as the oil filter. I like to go over the oil residue with some brake clean to clean off the residue. You want to clean engine bay with no leftover oil to stain. So just go over lightly with that. You don't have to, but you could do it with like a rag or whatever, but I'm gonna just be extra and do it with some brake clean. So there is one step that I did not do in the oil change, which is drain the oil cooler. Some people like to drain it, some people don't. The thing is, you can't get to that unless you pull this whole front bumper off. I have seen people cut a hole in their splash shield underneath the bumper to get to that oil cooler. But for me, honestly, I get my oil changed pretty often, every 4,000 to 5,000 miles. So my oil, it's not like really nasty to the point where I would drain my oil cooler. So you can do it, but I prefer not to. It calls for 8.3 quarts if you drain your oil cooler, but since we're not draining the oil cooler, there will be, I don't know how much exactly, but it's definitely less than a quart, probably like half a quart, I think, or it could be a little bit less than half a quart that stays in the oil cooler. So I'm gonna pour in like 7.5 quarts, start it up, let it run for a few seconds, shut it off, and I'm gonna check the level, and I will just add oil as I go, just so that it's at the level that it has to be. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Here's my 8 quarts of oil. I got an extra one in case I need more, but we're using the OW40 full synthetic. That's what it calls for. So here's your oil cap. All right, so after adding oil slowly, it took exactly 8 quarts, and it's right at the safe mark, right to the top. So The vehicle took 8 quarts of oil, exactly 8, and it's full, and that's without draining the oil cooler. So I'm guessing the oil cooler takes 0.3 quarts of oil. So if you're not draining the oil cooler, put 8 quarts in. If you are draining it, put 8.3 quarts, which what it calls for. So the last thing we're going to be doing is resetting the oil life on the cluster. So you're going to put your car into run position. You're not going to press on the brake. Just turn on accessory mode and then scroll down. What are we doing? Scroll down. Where is it? Oh, don't look at that. Scroll down to vehicle info and then find your oil life. So I was still at 12%, but better safe than sorry. You'll hold down onto the OK button and it'll reset it for you, and you're back at 100%. And that's how you do it. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. If you liked that video, if it helped you, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, thoughts, leave it in the comment section. Let me know if this is how you guys do your oil changes or if you do them differently. Give your opinion. I'd like to know as well. And you guys have a blessed day. See you later.